What's good, YouTube? It's AJ Productions here with another video, and basically what we're gonna be talking about in this video is the Detroit Lions, right? Now, the Detroit Lions are coming off a draft class where they had a very good performance. I mean, they made some very great picks, and if you just take a look at their two first-round picks, they got the Alabama running back Jamari Gibbs, and they got the Iowa State linebacker Jack Campbell. So I honestly love this. And this was the second year in a row that the Lions general manager, Brad Holmes, he had two first-round picks to improve the team. And now I do think this season is going to be special for the Detroit Lions. I mean, if you look at their picks, right, okay, you get a running back like Gibbs, who's a very good running back. He's going to be generational. He's like an Alvin Kamara. And then you get an Iowa linebacker and Jack Campbell, who's coming from Iowa, which is a very good school. Now, Jack Campbell, he's a very good player, very great player. He gets tackles. He could cover well. So I really love that pick. And then if you take a look at the rest of their draft, in the second round, they had got tight end Sam Laporta. Now, I think Sam Laporta is going to be a very good tight end. He gives me, like, I don't know, like maybe like Kittle vibes kind of. I like his play style. I do think he has potential. They did need a tight end badly. And then when you go to the 45th overall pick, it's still the second round. They got DB Brian Branch now. In my opinion, he was the best safety in the draft, so that was definitely a steal to get him in the second round. And now you have a safety room that's looking like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Kirby Joseph, and Brian Branch. Like, that's absolutely crazy. And I do think that the Lions did very good at that. And now they have a very stacked safety core, and it's going to be a little harder to throw on them. And then round 3, pick 68, I love this pick. I know they have Jared Goff, but I love Hendon Hooker. He's some good competition. And I do think maybe if he sit 1 year behind Goff, that he should be the starter next year. Or he could even start this year. I believe Hendon Hooker could be very dangerous with Gibbs and Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then if you look at round 3, pick 96, they went and got Broderick Martin. That was another pick I loved, because Broderick Martin, in my opinion, is a very good player. I like his play style, and he can stop the run, so he's a pretty good defensive lineman. But yeah, man, the Lions are honestly just cooking. Like, even last year, they had a very good draft. They got, Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, so they capitalized off their 2 first-round picks. Like, they had the second pick. They went out there to get Aiden Hutchinson, who had a very good rookie season. He's going to be promising. And then they go out there, they get Jameson Williams, who's also going to be promising. And then they got Kirby Joseph in the 3rd round in that same draft. So the Lions have a very young team. A very young team. Even in the round 6, pick 217, they got James Houston, who had a very good year as an edge rusher. So I love what the Detroit Lions are doing. And then don't sleep on Jameson Williams yet either. We're going to talk to him soon, but first we're going to get into Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, Amon-Ra St. Brown had a very good season with 1,161 yards with 6 touchdowns. And I do think he's going to have even a better season next year. And he's like different than J-Mo, so they could complement each other pretty well. Now, Amon-Ra St. Brown is more like a short route wide receiver and like a slot wide receiver that could just get you yards, right? He could just move the chains. But then when you go to Jameson Williams, he's a very proven deep threat. I mean, probably not in the NFL, but I do think that he's a proven deep threat in college, and that should obviously translate to the NFL. And man, if you take a look at his OTAs, he's looking very healthy. He's ready to go. And that's honestly scary, because we know in college, Jameson Williams was a burner. He was literally burning people like it was nothing. And he was torching defenses. He was making secondaries look silly. And he went to Bama, so it definitely wasn't a fluke. If you go to somewhere like Alabama, that's not a fluke. I mean, this year, Jameson Williams against the Vikings, he had 1 reception for 41 yards, and it was a big play, and I could definitely see them connecting for more big plays next year, him and Jared Goff, even though he missed them on a few deep ones. Now, if you look at Jameson Williams' college stats, it was absolutely crazy. The year that he just had 1,445 yards with 15 touchdowns, and that's honestly different numbers. Like that's crazy numbers for a wide receiver in college. And I do believe that that's definitely going to translate. He had got hurt. He teared his ACL. But that's not going to happen again. He's fully healthy. He's ready to go. And another thing I loved was Jared Goff. Now, that was good when they went out there and got Jared Goff, because he's showing that he's still good. He's not washed. He's still a good quarterback. 4,400 yards, 29 TDs with 7 intros. That's like, his second best season of all time. So you got to give Jared Goff his credit for working with this Lions team. And I just love what they're building. I think they're going to continue to keep building a good squad. And I do think Broderick Martin could potentially be a starter day one. So that would be very clutch for the Lions. But yeah, let's go back to Aiden Hutchinson. Now, Aiden Hutchinson had 9.5 sacks, and he had interceptions. Like, this dude could get picks. So I love what he does. He's very versatile, and that's a good thing. And when you get C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he's just coming off a dominant season that he had with the Eagles. He racked up a lot of interceptions. He totaled like 6 interceptions, and he's just a physical safety that could cover. He's a ball hawk. He hits pretty hard. He could tackle. So that's just good, man. That's good for the Detroit. So I'm not going to push it too far and say like the Lions are winning the Super Bowl or something, but I do think they have a shot at it and they could make a playoff push because, like I said, man, this team is just very good. Now, I know I made a video on the Bears and the divisional rivals, but I could see them battling for the division. I mean, the Packers might show up. That just depends on if Jordan Love is good or not. But I could see the Lions as being a very good team. It's like, how can't you? All these pieces are going to come together. They're a very young squad. If they're not good next season, well, they was good last season. But if they're not good somehow next season, then they'll definitely be a very great team in the future. Because when you got all this young talent, all this young depth, and all these draft picks, and you was filling your positional needs, you was filling them in with great players, great quality day one players, how can't they be good? And I do think they're also coming along very well with the defense. Like, I really love that Jack Campbell pick. That was super good. And then when you put Brian Branch with him, it just makes the defense automatically better. Then you have Kirby Joseph, who's in year 2. And then you got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's a very good safety. And I know I'm sorry about these old clips. I just couldn't really find no new Detroit Lions clips for some reason. And then I do think Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams could be a top 5 receiver duo in the league. And my prediction for Jameson Williams is 1,400 yards. Now, I know it sounds bold, but he didn't really get to do what he wanted to do last season because of that ACL injury. So he's going to be headed into this season with a lot of motivation and with a chip on his shoulder. And he's going to have a lot to prove, man. I know he's going to do it. Because like I said, he's a deep threat. He's very quick. But not only is he quick, he could jump ball. He has great hands. He has a good catch radius. And he has good route running. He's just tough all around overall. And that's why I think he's going to be very good with the Detroit Lions. And I just can't wait to see it. I mean, we see that glimpse of what he could do with that 41-yard reception. But best believe there's going to be way more of those. But yeah, man. And then you got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's like a wide receiver and a running back. So the Lions, they made some smart moves, and they're really setting themselves up to have a great future. And yeah, man, I'm just loving what they're doing. It's been your boy, AJ Productions, and I'm out, man. Peace. Like, subscribe, and keep supporting my videos. I appreciate it a lot, man. Peace.